Gotten to the point now where, you've got a good solid core. You had it hit by the best, and now your defense is gotten that much better. How do you feel this core is? And do you feel like you're defensively as a team, you guys are able to contend with the bigger teams?
I think without a doubt,
Gotten to the point
given the
now
week we've
where
had this week and the week we've had the
you're
past, 2 weeks
got
before this one,
a good solid
leading
core.
up to, this final week of play, I think we showed that we can hang with the big dogs. We've taken down some pretty big teams. We did beat Cleveland this week. We took down the Rain as well. These are big teams that we've taken down in big games leading up to the end of the season. Without a doubt in my mind, there's no doubt that we could go deep in this playoff race.
Again, joining me is Trash Clown, the goaltender for the San Diego Gulls. We apologize for the some of the audio issues we had here to start the show again. So you didn't hear me call Trash the second goaltender, and I want to just put that out there just in case I didn't hear it the first time around.
Hey, Sibs, if I'm a backup, what does that make you, buddy?
Oh, that makes me...
Hey,
What that makes me really is a CHLer, but nobody wants to... Everybody seems to still want me up in this league, so I don't get it, but I really should be playing down there at this point. We have some... And that's another question I want to ask you. We have so much talent in this league now, and there's going to be even more players coming in next season, the ones who aren't being able to be called up this season. They're going to be amateurs. They're not going to be restricted if they sign up on time. The goaltending talent in general this season compared to the others, where do you think we are in this league?
I'd say we've got a few better goaltenders in this league than we did last season. You look at the stats, and there's a lot of guys at the top that are, they've got those high 80s, low 80s, mid threes to mid to the high two save percentage or goals against and save percentages. And, you didn't see as much of that last year. There was the few guys up at the top and then, a big spread of guys that, didn't have the greatest of stats.
Vibes, tonight's game, the Bears and the Gulls, again, two incredibly solid teams. The Bears, again, doing what they did last season, and it's kind of odd. You think of all the changes that happen on rosters, and yet still the Bears wind up being a solid, steady team all year long. And to me, that almost spells out the kind of GM that Bob Swagger is and what he's able to do year in and year out. To me, he's a model of what a GM should be. And we've got some other guys in this league who are, right up there with him. But, for the Bears to do this, no matter, what happens in the league, no matter who gets moved around, for Bob to be able to put together a team like this, like 2 seasons in a row, and really could be on the same path he was last season, I think that says a lot about his ability to run a team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've said it before with certain guys where, I've used the term stepped in shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that really is the case. It's a very unique way of putting it. But basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, sure, you can get it right for a season. A lot of GMs do. It happens. But to be able to do it, 1, 2, even 3 or 4, seasons that you're running a team, that starts to show that maybe, you're dealing with a guy that really knows what he's doing and knows how to put things together. I mean, he's had a few returning players, but not a super excessive amount to where, you can attribute it to that. I think he's done an amazing job. And if he doesn't have himself solidified as one of the better ownership, sorry, not ownership, but well, I guess you could say ownership prospects and management in this league.
Sure.
I don't know what else he could do, because he's certainly shown me that he knows how to run a team and knows how to put something together.
Hey, let's talk about the starting lineups tonight. Let's first go over the Gulls and get the opinion of Trash Clown here on this. You've got Hall, Max, and I play for keeps up front. Just tremendous output from these guys offensively. Sean the Boss and of course, hit by the best are on D, and Price, as we mentioned, getting up to stride right now. It's really interesting with that forward line. Max 63 points, a plus 30 so far in the season, and matches up well with what Hershey puts out there. And again, this is just a tremendous line that you guys have put together, and you've got to feel good when you've got this kind of offensive power and this kind of defense in front of you if you're priced tonight.
Well, you know what? These five guys have been playing together consistently for a little bit right now, and they're a tough line to beat every game. I've watched them as a spectator. I've watched them while playing goal, and God, is it nice to have them in front of you. They are an unreal lineup, and they're going to be tough to beat.
And on the other side for the Hershey Bears, it is Sniper 21. Fetcher 08 and Pood, I believe is how we pronounce it, up front, and D. Mitch and Babata back on defense, and Moose in net as usual. Pood 41 goals, 41 assists, a plus 34. Again, tremendous output. Fetcher 27-25 and a plus 20 as well. So just again a lot of good output on the offensive side for both of these teams. And this can be, without a really good defense, Vibes, this can be a bit of a goaltender's nightmare if things aren't handled properly. And I think this is going to be the real test tonight, is whether or not these defenses are going to be able to stop two powerhouse front lines on both sides.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And, for a goaltender without that defense in front of you, on both ends, really. I mean, it can be a nightmare, especially for, the Gulls, having a guy like Duke coming down on you, on the right side. He's a very talented forward. He knows when to put the puck on net. He knows when to get it and where to get it, and he's a dynamic player. So anytime you got a player like that on the ice, I feel like you got to know where he is at all times and know what you're going to do next and try to stop him.
Definitely wouldn't disagree with that, Vibes.
Teams are getting together here, and, we mentioned hit by the best as well. Since the trade, 7-0-1 with the Gulls, 8 points, 3 goals, 5 assists, plus 15, including a victory, and I hate to bring this up, Vibes, against your Moose on Monday, a 4-3 victory for the Gulls. That, again, when you're able to beat a team that's been consistently good week after week like the Moose, and you put up that kind of a game that you're able to hold with a really good team like that says volumes about where the Gulls have come. And I think they were a good team to start with, but I think the way that management and Deere have been able to to add pieces to this and make this team even better is that's kind of the goal as management. I feel if you can make these moves and make moves for the sole purpose of trying to improve the team as opposed to trying to get rid of cancers. If you don't have to do that, I mean, that's optimal if you're a GM, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of the way you function as well, Vibes.
Well, I mean, I can go into a whole bunch of things. It's totally not how it's been for me this season.
Right.
And also I'd like to preface by saying that they got lucky the other night. But that being said, they've done an amazing job, and you got to give all credit to the management over there. They've kept their ship tight. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Had a mix up of words. They've done a good job, and they've been there. They've been knocking on the door all season, and now they've finally they've pushed their way in. And hey, look, they're a major player. And trash don't yeah me.
This is my first season in management myself, and working with Deere has been fantastic. He's a great GM, and I'll give him a quick shout out to the job he's done this season so far.
Well, the teams are getting ready to get this one going. The Moose are sending out the invite, so we'll get to this to look at this game in a minute. The feed provided by Moose tonight, so we'll get to see his goaltending prowess as usual. Again, we talked a lot last season, Trash, about all the goaltending talent that we saw then. But I think it's kind of interesting, and I didn't know if it was really possible. And this is time for me to actually say something nice about Moose. I think he's actually gotten better than he was last season.
I 100% agree. The guy's unbelievable.
I mean,
He's
what
great.
have you seen from his game that suggests that he's done one or two things here that have made him better? Is there anything you could point out specifically?
To be honest, I don't know how he does half the things he does. He makes saves that make people look incredibly stupid.
Right.
It looks like it's an absolute gimme, and all of a sudden Moose is across the net and making a spectacular save that nobody thought was possible.
His puck tracking has gotten even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His puck tracking this season, I've watched a few of the games that he's played, and it's even better than it was last season. You see a lot of goalies that you can sell them on plays. You can sell them on the pass across when you really look in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
And Moose has figured out a way to where he doesn't bite on those anymore, and he's able to see where the play is really going, regardless of what you're trying to sell him. He's not buying.
Well, we again are. There's the invite sound. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to see the Gulls just yet, so we'll keep you updated on that and get you to the game as soon as it's ready to go. Let's while we have a little bit of time to kill here, let's quickly talk about what we think we're going to wind up seeing in the last week or two here in the Western Conference. Again, Vibes and I and Ryan and Dead Soul. We try and talk a little bit about every division, and the West has been a really interesting one again this season. And you were there last season, Trash. Again, a lot of teams involved in it right to the end. Does that make it any easier, or does it keep you in the game every week, knowing that you really can't afford to lose any ground to anybody, or do you feel more of the pressure in being in a division like this?
I think having that pressure isn't a bad thing. You kind of want to be on edge going into playoffs because playoffs, anything can happen, and you got 4 games to make it count, or 4 wins to make it count realistically. I like playing in the Western Division. I kind of would have liked to get away from Stockton this season, but it's been a fun battle, and knowing a lot of guys still on that team, knowing their management core. It's been fun chirps back and forth.
Again, we're still waiting for this one to start up, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Vibes, what do we're going to hit you up with this question tonight and probably again tomorrow. We'll see if it changes within a day. We know what you said last week. We know, what you talked about with the Gulls and with the Stars. So, what do you think, this time next week, maybe going into the last couple of games, do you have any clue what's going to happen with this division?
Well, I mean, it's so close, so it's really hard to predict things one way or the other, but it's kind of like I've said all along. I'm surprised Stockton has found themselves in this position to where they're kind of on the outside looking in. I always felt like the Gulls would figure their way into getting in here, especially once I had made that deal with them. Look, when I made that trade with Hit by the Best and Mafia Man, I knew what I was doing. I knew I was making their team a hell of a lot better, but I was also making my team a lot better. So that's why I did it. But they've really, really filled out here, and they're a dangerous team now. And it's not just the guys fighting for 4th and 3rd that need to look out for them. It's the guys at the top, too. It's the Barracuda, it's the Ontario Reign. You better keep your eye on the Gulls. And, I mean, I mentioned it a few weeks ago where I felt like they were going to push up. Ultimately, I still got to stick with what I said a few weeks ago. I know I'm on the outside looking in right now, but I got to feel like, the Gulls end up in there. And I feel like Stockton ends up in there. I know it's a long shot at this current point in time, but it's just how I see it playing out. And not because Texas is a bad team or They don't deserve to be in there or anything like that. I just feel like just sheer volume of teams that are good and deserve to be in there and are fighting for their way in are going to get in, and I think that Texas ends up being the odd team out.
I don't disagree with that at all. I actually, I was thinking that myself a few weeks back. Obviously, I didn't say it on the record anywhere, but I completely agree with the statement.
It's been a bit of a shuffle up at the top again, and San Jose, Ontario going back and forth as we look at the division and how it's breaking down again. It's still very close. San Diego, moving up now as you see 12 wins in a row, and again a nice streak. I won't say it looks like another team we saw on a streak a little bit earlier this season, because I might actually jinx it at that point. But you guys, like I said, have steadily climbed and gotten better. Right? Stockton has been up and down. Have you been surprised at what you've seen from them this season so far, or Trash? Or
So, yeah, to be honest, I thought they would be a little bit further ahead than they are right now. I thought they'd be, in that 1-2 spot, and we'd be chasing them still. Not too long ago, we were sitting down there in the 5th spot that they're in, and we knew we had to battle to get into that playoff spot, and that's why we put this run together, and we're not ready to stop yet. We're ready to catch Ontario now.
with this much time left to go in the season, what are you guys really concentrating on at this point?
Just one game at a time, man. Keep stringing wins together if we can. But, the streak isn't what's in our mind. We don't care how many wins happen in a row. It's just a matter of getting that W one at a time. If we can catch Ontario, great. That's our goal right now. But is that our main goal? No, our main goal is to make the playoffs and take it from there.
Well, they're trying one more time. We always wind up getting the game that takes forever to start up. And so we're hoping to get this to you as soon as we can, but we are still waiting on the Gulls for showing up. Not sure if there's any specific issue going on there, but we'll get this one on as soon as we can. This season seemed like it started off a bit slow, but man, it has picked up at this point, and very quickly closing in on the final week next week. And then it's just hitting the ground and running forward into the playoffs. As a goaltender who's gone through this before, where you've got a team getting ready for the playoffs, more than likely you're in there. Are you working on anything the last game or two in the league? We could work on all the things we want to in practice and in drops and in some club games on the side, but I feel like the competition in league games is very different. Do you feel like you're going to have some time last game or two of the season to work on a couple of things to tighten some stuff up?
Yeah, you're always trying to work on things, no matter when you play this game. As a goalie, I play almost strictly goalie in this game all the time, so I'm always trying to refine my craft, I guess you could say. You always have your days where you can't stop a puck at all. I'm sure you know about those ones, Sibs.
Oh, yeah.
But you just got to play the game and learn what you got to do to make that stop. I don't know. I can't really say what I'd work on in specific, other than just getting in my reps.
What are you looking for last week vibes from your team? What decisions do you have to make? What are you contemplating when you're watching your team play the last few games? You guys are going to be in there. Do you look to strategize at that point, or is it still too early?
I'm just worried about availability. That's it, really.
Right.
Other than that, I mean, I've had my team for weeks now, and like I've told people, if anyone doesn't realize that my team's the best team in the league, they're delusional. When we're at full strength, there's not a team that could beat us, and as long as we have the availability, we'll prove that.
Well, we'll hopefully get to this game soon.
It's looking like I might have to jump in to play goalie here, apparently.
We'll let you go just in case you need to be ready. But again,
Yeah,
thanks for joining
I
us, Trish.
do.
Appreciate it.
There's another call coming in. All right.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
Sibs. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks again. Trash Clan joining us on the
Thanks for having me, guys.
pregame show. Thanks again. And he has to actually go and scoot off and play this game more than likely. Well, actually, yeah, he just jumped into the game. So they're having a little issue getting their right wing in there. We'll see if he shows up. But, yeah, Trash Clown is going to be in for Price tonight. And they have to reset the room now to get this one going. But that's something you hope and pray does not happen during the playoffs, Vibes. That would really be a problem.
Yeah, it absolutely would be. I'm actually going through a thing right now myself, trying to find an ECU here.
Wow,
it's
one of those
been
days,
interesting.
Huh? Yeah, amazing. Well, we're gonna hopefully get this one going for you guys soon, and be able to bring you a live game within hopefully moments once they all get back into the locker room and we get a chance to start this one up again. We are trying to get to the Gulls and the Bears here. A couple of top teams playing. We'll get you some update on some other games if we have a chance, but we're going to try and get this one to air as soon as possible. Again, Trash Clown is going to be stepping in for OMG Price for whatever reason, not able to get into the game, and so one of those things that happens. We've all experienced it, obviously. So we'll get to this game hopefully very soon. Looks like everybody has shown up, and so we anticipate getting to this within a half a minute or so. And we thank you for holding on and tuning in and staying with us for this as we get some idea about what's going on here and have a game to bring you shortly. This one's about to go to air, so we will be bringing you this here on the YouTube channel and LeagueGaming.com. Thanks again for joining us today, and we've got more games coming up come playoff time, and we expect to be able to bring you quite a lot of action during the playoffs and give you a chance to see a lot of games live with us as they happen, and it'll be a lot of fun, kind of like what we did last year, and we had a lot of fun bringing those games to you, so hopefully you will be able to join us and tune in to the games here on the YouTube channel and League Gaming. Starting up now, Bears and the Gulls. The Bears, of course, are on your bottom, moving to the top of the screen. The Gulls will be at the top. Bears come in right away. Fetcher trying to get something going there and not able to carry it to completion. Now the Gulls back on the offense, throwing one in the zone. D. Mitch trying to get it out. Gets in front. Picked up by Goodberger, who is in on right D tonight as an ECU. Gets it up to Pood. He has a little trouble handling it. Now up to the left side for Sniper, but he's whistled for an offside as we are away in the first period here. Sniper, wrist shot, trash with the blocker save, and the Gulls come right back out, throwing into the zone. This is not icing. Good play. And now a good follow-up on that one as Max was able to get a stick on a loose puck and poke it home. They're calling that unassisted, but a good hustle play on that one by Hall as he came up on the left side and not only negated the icing, but kept the puck alive.
I wanted to mention Max in the pregame too. He's only played one game against Moose, and he's 0-1. But in that one game, he put up 6 points, 5 goals, and an assist in a loss back in season 4, an 8-6 loss as a member of the Phantom. So keep an eye on him.
Gulls now start out with the puck. Trying to get it down low for Hall. Now he controls. Good hit by Mitch to knock him off, but cannot get it out of the zone. Loose puck still at the blue line. Now finally D-Mitch gets it out, and he'll start up with it on the left side. Pass in front, misses. And the Gulls a quick start out as a breakaway on Moose. He comes out of the net, diving at the player, and that looked like I play for keeps on the break. Hell of a defensive play by Moose to come out and attack the player. No call on it, and play continues. Rister on net, followed up by Pood. He's not able to put it home. He has it back now again behind the net. Gets hit off the puck, knocked off the puck nicely by Hit. And now San Diego flips it in the zone. Hit trying to find somebody to bring it in the zone for the Gulls. 8 minutes left to go in the first period. Slapper is blocked by Goodberger. Now keeps behind the net, gets it out front for Max, but he gets it knocked off his stick. San Diego still able to hold it in. Bears struggling to get it out of the zone, knocked off the puck again. Now finally, puck is flipped out of the zone. Won't be an icing. Back up on the left side is Hall. Flipping it in. Poked behind the net. Keeps trying to keep it in. Now it's flipped behind. Max tries to get a stick on it, gets knocked off. Now a penalty is going to be called on Hershey on that hit behind the net, and San Diego on the power play. See that hit by D-Mitch. He's going off for interference, as you see. Power play for San Diego are already up 1-0 in this one as we're getting down to the last few minutes of this period. Under 4 now. The Gulls control. Attempt on a shot. Good defensive play by the left winger Sniper. Now the Gulls back in again. Looking for a pass, and now a good pass off and a nice shot saved by Moose. Another pass blocked in the middle by Sniper, and now the Gulls again trying to move the puck in. And now a good quick shot, and using Goodberger as a screen. Max with his second goal of the game. Well, they're going to give that to Hall. Okay. And now a 2-0 lead for the Gulls, and the Bears struggling to get any offense going once again on the defensive as the Gulls have it back again. Shot from the point is a save. Sean the Boss just getting it on net. Looking for a follow-up, but the Bears are able to clear it out. We're under a minute left to go. Good pass inside. Nice shot by Fetcher, but trashed with a toe save. Bears trying to keep it in the zone in the last few seconds. The best offensive opportunity they've had so far, Vibes, and that is basically all there is for them as the Bears struggle offensively in this one so far.
Yeah, if this was a boxing match, that round definitely goes to the Gulls. I mean, they had the puck the majority of the period. They had most of the scoring, basically all of the scoring chances. And right now the ice is heavily tilted in the favor of the Gulls.
There's an opportunity where you need to try and do something a little different. Obviously, for a period, what your typical work is to get the puck in the zone isn't working. So, you know, I got to believe most good teams have a few different setups. And, you know, maybe if you're GM at this point, Vibes, do you tell them to try and do something different offensively?
Yeah, I mean, when you're throwing shit at a brick wall and it's just there's nothing going on, you gotta change something. You know, a lot of times I say if it's working, you know, you stick with it, don't change anything, just keep doing what you're doing. But when absolutely nothing is working, then you have to figure something out.
Sniper in front, a good pass results in a Hershey Bear goal. And Pood with another goal, his 42nd of the season. getting the Bears on the board now. It is 2-1 San Diego, and a good quick offensive play there.
Yeah, he could pop up quick.
I mean, how many times can you look at a game vibes and want to scream at a team for not passing the puck enough? And that's a great example of what moving the puck quickly can do for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the no player on the ice is going to move as fast as the puck.
Another great opportunity for Fetcher.
All of a sudden now.
Yeah, great opportunity for Fetcher in front, not able to connect, and now again that ice is tilting the other way very quickly.
Happens fast.
Working in the corner, Pood and Fetcher able to keep it in again. Tries to find somebody in the middle, nobody's there. The Gulls finally get out of the zone, but there is an offside. Face off out of the Gulls zone as they collect it and throw it in the Bears zone, now taken out. And Hershey starts the other way. Sniper. Deflection back to Sniper. Again, the Bears fighting hard in the corner. Coming back the other way now, the Gulls again. Pass in front, but again, intercepted by Goodberger. Nice defensive play. The Bears come back. Gulls defense tightening up a little bit more here. Halfway through the second, 2-1 San Diego. Bears finally getting on the board here in the second period. Now on the left side, Sniper can't hold on to it. Coming back the other way, the Gulls. Opportunity, pass in front, good save by Moose, and some of that great tracking you were talking about, Vibes, he stays right with the puck.
Yeah, he sees the puck and he sees where he stays one step ahead of the play, and that's something really incredible about him.
I don't think you can teach that. It just comes, and penalty going to be called on Sniper here and putting San Diego back on the power play. Puck cleared out by Goodberger. Yeah, like I said, it's something somebody picks up in a game. You don't just happen to play it for a little while and be able to do that.
Yeah, you either have it or you don't. You have it in there somewhere ready to go, and you just got to figure it all out, and he has.
It's a reaction time that you really, like I said, you can't teach. It is what it is, and Moose's is just tremendously quick.
Absolutely.
55 left on the power play for San Diego here in the second period. 5:24 left to go, as you see on the clock, and the Bears looking to kill this one and try and get right back on the offensive attack. Relatively critical power play for San Diego if they can do something with it. Bears can't clear it out, and a great opportunity there. Could not connect on the shot. A good save by Moose, and it still hits the post, but keeps it out of the net. Teams are at even strength, so San Diego not able to connect on that power play. Bears come back trying to work it. Flips it up front for Hall now in the middle. Good save by, I thought Moose had it. And that's one of those glove saves in the net that we don't see often anymore in this game. But Moose just was not quite in position apparently. And that gives San Diego the 3-1 lead here. 2 minutes left to go in the second.
It's going to be tough for them to come back against the San Diego defense.
That looked like maybe Max with the goal. Didn't quite see the number clearly, but again, good defensive play. And yeah, this is a relatively tight game at this point.
Yeah, it's a tall task now.
San Diego getting it back. 6 on the clock, and offside is called. We're not sure if we were going to see an offensive battle or a defensive battle. I kind of thought we'd see more offense, but it really hasn't turned out that way. Some decent opportunities, but again, you got two really solid goaltenders in net, and after 2 periods, it's 3-1 in favor of the Gulls. And again, I think that was a better period for Hershey, but still finding themselves down by 2. Are you surprised at this point what we're seeing offensively by these teams?
I mean, I figured that I thought maybe Hershey would get a little bit more going. I'm not entirely surprised with San Diego. I mean, I figured they'd get their chances. I'm just right now, I'm kind of impressed with the way the San Diego defense has been able to thwart any sort of effort the Bears have tried to put together here.
Start of the third period here as we get going. San Diego coming right in on a great play. Nice pass right to Hall, who bangs it home. Max on the assist along with Keeps. And it's now a 4-1 lead.
No, look out for Max. He seems like he's doing everything out there right now.
You talk about insurmountable last period or almost insurmountable. It's going to be incredibly tough for the Bears to get back in this one. And San Diego, I tell you what, I haven't seen a lot of them so far yet, Vibes, but I'm impressed with what I'm seeing in this game right now.
Oh, yeah. They're players, that's for sure. I think anyone who doesn't realize that is sadly mistaken.
The Gulls continue on the attack. Max, pass back for the point shot blocked, and now Hershey knocking it in, looking to try and do something a little differently on offense, but can't catch up to it. And now back the other way. Gulls almost on a break. The Bears get back. Mitch back to break that one up, and now coming the other way. Fetcher knocked off the puck. There's going to be a penalty on the play for San Diego as you see Moose is in the box now for the extra skater. Now the whistle blows, and Hershey desperately needing a power play goal at this point. Surprisingly, Hershey is not that good on the power play league-wide. They're about middle of the pack. Meanwhile, the Gulls 6th on the power play in the league. See how the Gulls doing killing this one. So far, it's been fairly easy for them. Bears just trying to get out of their own zone at this point. Now finally into the Gulls zone, but knocked off the play right away by Keeps. He'll start back the other way, semi 2-on-1. Moose, though, taking the shooter smartly and able to stop that one, but a pass in front. Puck comes loose, and it is Max pouncing on it again. And this game, on a shorthanded goal, is quickly getting out of reach.
Yeah, it's starting to get up there now.
Penalty over.
That, like 4 points in this game for Max now? 5?
I have 4. Yeah, I have a hat trick and an assist. Now I may be wrong on that. We haven't seen all the official scoring on this one, but Max, obviously being centered here on the highlights, has had a heck of a game.
Seems like he's got Moose's number.
Came into this game with 63 points on the season, a +30, having a great year, helping to lead the San Diego team. We're halfway through the third. Gulls back on the attack. Shot in front, and Moose just able to get a blocker on that one. Deflection City in this game. Offsides until the play will stop. Looks like the teams in the West are going to have their hands full with this San Diego club, and I'm assuming as a Moose GM, you're at the point right now where you're hoping you don't have to see them in the semifinals when you get there.
I don't care who we say, we'll beat them.
Gotta have your belief in your team, don't you?
Yes, I definitely do. You know, I'm really shocked here with the little creativity that the Bears have been able to show here. I mean, they haven't really done anything. This has just been kind of a, we voted this game in as the game of the week, and it's been anything but that. It's just been a clinic by the Gulls.
This is not a pushover line either for the Bears. This is a very productive, very solid line, great defense, and the top goaltender on the team. So You know they're looking to take this one seriously, and Moose making a good save there as you want to see creative. That was a nice creative play by the Gulls to get an opportunity for a goal.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Vibes. At this point, the Bears are just trying to not let up another goal.
Yeah, just, I guess, minimize damage, try and hold a little bit of confidence, self-respect. I don't know, but, they're not going to win this one, that's for sure.
3 minutes left to go, and the Bears bunching up a little bit on defense. Another sign of a team that's having some difficulty dealing with this. Moose has done well to try and keep them this close. Good hit off the play by Hit. Now coming back the other way, San Diego offside. The Gulls are going to take this victory, move to 44-23-5 on the season, and continue to be a nuisance in the West. Good shot there. Puck is loose, but again, Bears not able to finish it out. Trying to start back up again. Flipped in by Sniper. Pood looking for someone open, gets a shot off. Partially blocked and back the other way. Now on a breakaway with the last half minute to go in the game. And a goal by Hall in this one. Another goal by Hall, his hat trick of the game. Keeps and Hit with the assists. And it is now 6-1.
Boy, oh boy.
Getting down to the final seconds, the Bears trying to put another one up if they can, but the Gulls right back on the offense.
And the Bears at this point, I'm just trying to make sure that there are no whistles.
Yeah, I don't think you want to freeze the puck here. A couple of seconds left to go.
I just want this to be over.
And it is now officially over as the San Diego Gulls with a 6-1 victory over the Bears. Tough showing for the Hershey Bears, who are an incredibly solid team, and it just did not work for them tonight. Struggling mightily to get something done. And so this one is over, and there's not a whole heck of a lot we could say at this point. Vibes, it is again just a situation where the Bears really just did not have much control of this game right from the beginning.
Yeah, this was just a good old-fashioned ass-kicking by the Gulls.
A really, really tough game, and the Bears, as the season winds down, this is not how you want a game to go. You want to, see something very different than this happen, and just really the kind of showing that, if it happens in week 4 or 5, you can deal with it. It happens at this point, it's incredibly tough to say, okay, we got plenty of time to work on this. We've got to figure out at this point just exactly what we have to do to not have this happen during the playoffs, because this is the kind of loss you can't really have in a short series and feel like you still are going to be able to compete properly.
Yeah, you get beat like this during the playoff round and you're feeling awfully bad about yourself. I mean, sometimes it happens. I mean, I guess it totally depends on the game. Sometimes games just seem to get away from people, and you didn't really play the way the score dictates. But I think this was a clear case where that is not the case. I mean, this was a team that just took it to another team. So
exactly, and obviously a very tough loss for the Bears. You don't want to see this happen towards the end of the season, but the Bears unfortunately really just getting outplayed in this one. As you see the box score from this one, shots on goal 16-10 in favor of the San Diego Gulls. The hits, San Diego all over the place with the hits. Time and attack probably a little closer than we would have figured. with only about a minute and a half difference. But just really,
Didn't feel like it.
yeah, these numbers are not really that indicative. Obviously, San Diego had more opportunities. I might have thought that there was more shots on goal, and I'm sure Moose would probably feel the same way. It probably felt like there were more shots on goal. But again, just just a tough matchup. Moose really just having a tough time back there with the opportunities. It wasn't really major defensive lapse. It was just a constant pressure vibes that they were getting from the Gulls.
Yeah, it was. It was just a steady stream of it. I'm over here watching my Moose. My Moose are about to lose because of another ECU.
Oh, jeez, again.
Yeah. It's just brutal, dude. It's just absolutely brutal. Fucking goalie doesn't show up. I mean,
Well, we're going to see if we can, although we talked to him a good deal in the pregame, we want to see if we can get Trash Clown to come back on with us and talk a little bit about this game and what he was seeing from his team. But again, the final score tonight, the San Diego Gulls 6, the Bears 1. And, I think if I'm some of the other teams in that division vibes, if I watch this game, and certainly you would have played these guys many times, it's got to be, it's got to be you got to be a little bit fearful knowing what you're going to have to deal with and what you're going to be up against.
I'm sorry, Sibs.
Yeah, no problem.
Doing some.
No problem. Again, we able to bring you this game tonight. Gulls and the Bears. We're gonna wind up doing another one or two next week. We've got 2 games. It's the final week, so there's a good opportunity for us to get a couple of games on the air, and we're going to try and do that. We'll let you know during the week what those games are once we make a decision. But there are so many good matchups coming up that it's really hard to make a decision right now as to what we're going to do. So we're going to try and get to that decision as time gets on and we get closer to the week and we see where the teams are really lining up. But at this point, we haven't really made any decisions at all about what it's going to be next week, but we're going to try and bring you 2 games. We're also going to try and bring you the All-Star game hopefully on Friday. We're going to have more information on that tomorrow, but preliminary is that we're going to try and get the All-Star game going Friday night, and we'll try and bring that one to you live as well. Again, we're in the post game here of the Gulls and the Bears game. Again, final score San Diego 6-1. Just a good hard pressure game by the Gulls. We got to see some great play, some good all around play by this Gulls team, and we got to see firsthand what Max is able to do. Hall as well with the hat trick tonight. Max with at least 4 points in this game. Don't have all the individual stats for this one, but again, just a great play by this, and Trash Clown very similar, probably feeling for him to what he was having last season with Stockton. Just play your position smartly, let the offense try and dictate the pace of the game, and really for the Gulls, that's what wound up happening. Their offense absolutely controlled this game and really kept the Bears defense on their heels. And there's a good pairing out there when you've got D. Mitch as one of your defensive pairs. Goodberger had to come in. He did a pretty damn good job for having to ECU this game tonight. And with Moose back there, you think you have a good shot, but the Gulls just really attacked, flipped it in, brought it in, did all sorts of different things, mixed it up a lot, and got some good passing going as well. And that was the difference in this one. We are not going to be able to get anybody on right now on the post game, so we're going to try and finish this up right now. Again, tomorrow night we're going to have our, as I say that, I think Trash is joining us right now.
Hey, Sibs,
There
how's it
he is.
going?
Good. Trash Clown has joined us. So, again, congratulations for this win tonight. You jump into a game like this, and you had to watch what was going on, and the way that your offense and your team in general just controlled the pace of this game. I'm assuming you saw the same thing that we were seeing as far as that's concerned.
Well, like I said before the game, those guys have been playing together for a little while now, and they're going to be hard to beat. They have meshed really, really quickly, and I think any line in this league would be, tough lineup against them no matter what.
And facing 10 shots, the Bears got a couple of good opportunities, but for the most part, your defense did a tremendous job in front of you. And, I was just kind of remarking, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a Stockton game for you last season. You needed to be positionally sound. You needed to not take chances and rely on your defense. It looked very similar to those types of games we saw last year. And it seems like your team is very well into that pattern of, playing solid defensively and taking opportunities offensively and giving you a chance to play the position without having to dive all over the place.
You know what? They were unbelievable defensively, and I told them that after the game. They were all telling me good game, and I said, you guys made that one easy on me. I made the one nice save that I can think of off the face-off. Other than that, their one goal was the one-timer that I lost my positioning. Otherwise, they made the game really easy for me. It was 8 easy shots that I had on.
So, moving forward after a game like this, this has to really solidify in your teammates' minds that, you guys are for real. You guys can beat anybody. You've beaten a top team on the top team on the East, maybe them in Cleveland. Do you think the guys at this point really believe that, they can do anything in the playoffs?
I think we all know what we're capable of, and that we could easily have a deep run here. Without a doubt, I think we're all confident moving forward, and we'd like to go 10-0 next week too.
Well, listen, Trash Clown, again, thanks for showing up in the pregame and in the postgame. Good job tonight, and we look forward to talking to you down the road when the playoffs start.
Hey, thanks a lot, Sibs, for having me on. It was great to be here. I got to give a quick shout-out to my boy Pasta. He asked me to show him some love. Love you, buddy. Anyway, Sibs, have a good one, man.
All right, Trash. Thanks a lot. Take it easy. Trash Clown, starting goaltender tonight for the Stockton Heat, joining us in the post-game show. And Vibes, as we wrap it up here, impressive showing for the Gulls. The takeaway from this is that, again, the West Pack is stocked again with teams, and the Heat may very well be the team that's going to be on the skids here, and not able to really find their way in here unless they can get past Texas.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be tough, and I mean right now they're definitely the odd team looking in, and whether or not they're going to be able to get it together here in the final week remains to be seen. I picked them a long time ago to get in. I still feel like they're going to figure it out and get in here somehow. And I think Texas ends up on the outside looking in. But no easy task for Stockton, and it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. They did happen to win 9-2 tonight over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, so good for them on that, but beat a very inferior team there.
Once again, thanks to Trash Clown for showing up tonight. I want to thank, of course, Vibes, as usual, for being here and helping out with the broadcast. And, my friend, we will talk tomorrow night about what went on in Week 8 and where we're going for the final week. Thanks for joining me tonight.
All right, man. Thanks for having me. It's fun as always.
That's Vibes. I'm Team Sibs, and this is Thursday Night Hockey on LeagueGaming.com. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you again next week.